What up, what up, what up? This is DB Talking Now, DB Talking Birds, DB Talking Philadelphia Eagles. Huge win for the Philadelphia Eagles today at home, their first home victory of the season, beating the Saints, pretty much just demolishing the Saints 40-29. And it wasn't even that close, guys. It wasn't even that close. The Philadelphia Eagles jumped out to about, a 27-7 lead at the end of the first half. They were absolutely incredible today. Darius Slay had an interception return for a touchdown. Jalen Hurts had 3 rushing touchdowns on the ground. Absolutely phenomenal. I gotta give, if I were to give out a game ball, I would give the game ball to TJ Edwards. TJ Edwards, middle linebacker for Philadelphia Eagles, continues to impress, continues to get better. Big Play Slay, what's up, my man? Welcome to the house, dude. It just feels good. Big Play Slay says it just feels good. Yeah, man. I mean, it's Thanksgiving week. The Philadelphia Eagles get their first home victory of the season. They came out and pretty much just demolished the Saints. They just demolished the Saints. I'm not even going to count, half of the scores that they got towards the end because it was just garbage time scores. And honestly, Nick Sirianni came out and said it. They started to catch back up because he took his foot off the gas, and he did. He took his foot off the gas. But man, oh man, what a game by Jalen Hurts. Miles Sanders in his first game back. Now, obviously, he did fumble on the 5-yard line and gave the New Orleans Saints their first touchdown. But I feel like he came back and had a pretty great game. He was 16 carries for 94 yards. Jordan Howard, again, had 60-plus yards. Jalen Hurts had 60-plus yards. We pretty much demolished the number 1 ranked rush defense. In fact, no, we didn't pretty much demolish the number 1 ranked rush defense. We did demolish the number 1 ranked rush defense. And how did we do it? We just did exactly what we've been doing over the last 4 weeks, baby. Over the last 4 weeks. Big Play Slay says Hurts with the hat trick. Yeah, man. Yo, him getting 3 rushing touchdowns. Honestly, I think that one touchdown to Dallas Goedert was a touchdown. I think that one pass to Dallas Goedert was a touchdown. So I think it would have been 1 passing touchdown and 2 rushing touchdowns, but all the same, my man, all the same. It didn't matter at that point. Jalen Hurts absolutely crushed the Saints. He owns the Saints. He's now 2-0 against the Saints, and that's what I love to see. That's what I love to see. And you know what I didn't like to see, though? I feel like this is a recurring theme, is the refs at home seem to be favoring the away team every single game this season. Every single game. There were so many calls that didn't get called, and there were so many calls that got called that shouldn't have been called. And I don't know what's going on with the refs in Philly, but they're not giving us home field advantage whatsoever. So Big Play Slay says the difference between how Sirianni uses Sanders and Doug is if he fumbles, he'll put him on the sidelines, make him think, and then get him back in the game to get his confidence going. That's exactly what I wanted to talk about too. And so I'm so happy that you brought that up. Is he did it with Kenny Gainwell. He put Kenny Gainwell on the sideline after he fumbled like 4 or 5 weeks ago. And then, or it may have been longer than that, but then he did the same thing with Miles Sanders. And that's leadership from a coach. You know what I mean? That's leadership from a coach, is when you hold every player accountable, not just the guys who are still trying to make a name for themselves. Don't be afraid to hold the superstars accountable. And yeah, I said it. Miles Sanders is a superstar. I'm not afraid to continue to say that. It's interesting because that was the talk all week, right? That was the talk all week is how is Miles Sanders going to come in and is it going to affect the chemistry in the running game? And it didn't really do that all that. Like, it didn't affect the chemistry all that much. The only thing that it did do is obviously it took Boston Scott out of the game because Miles Sanders is now back. But man, oh man, Jordan Howard once again providing the spark needed for this offense. He continues to provide the spark for the offense, and And there's just no slowing him down. There's just no slowing him down. And I swear to you, if we get in another situation in the offseason where, where they're thinking about getting rid of Jordan Howard, I'll be furious because having Jordan Howard and Miles Sanders in the backfield at the same time is just money. It's just gold. It really is. And on top of that, I mean, you've got Boston Scott, and then you got a young rookie and Kenny Gainwell waiting in the wings. We're so well established in this run game. I absolutely love it. And then with Jalen Hurts doing what he does, man, oh man, 3 touchdowns on the ground today. It makes defenses think. It makes defenses think. And Sean Payton doesn't have any clue what he's doing when it comes to Jalen Hurts. Let me just say that right now. King Mero says, I hope Jordan Howard is okay and Jalen Hurts breaking ankles. Yeah, obviously want to give a huge shout out to Jordan Howard and how he played today, and hopefully he's not too injured. He did leave the game obviously when he landed on his shoulder. So yeah, hopefully he's going to be okay. I think he'll be all right. There was a few scares today, obviously. Avonte Maddox going down, Davion Taylor going down, Darius Slay went out with a concussion, I'm pretty sure. So and then Jordan Howard, but another one we got to give credit to Darius Slay, guys. Darius Slay getting his 3rd defensive touchdown of the season. I mean, is there much more that I need to say on top of that? The dude's got more touchdowns than Jalen Reagor does. So, yeah, I mean, Darius Slay taking it to the house. And speaking of your comment, King, Jalen Hurts breaking ankles, man, oh man, that touchdown to put the game away. When he broke that I think it was Cam Jordan actually, when he broke Cam Jordan's ankles and then rushed it in for like a 20-yard rushing touchdown to put us at 40 points. That was absolutely phenomenal. And I cannot say enough about that. Yeah, that was incredible. Did anybody else see that a fan threw that jersey at Jalen and then Jalen held it up and threw it back? Did everybody else see that? That was pretty cool. But yeah, man, Darius Slay had a great game. This entire defense had a great game, honestly. I'm not gonna hold them accountable too much for that late surge by the Saints offense, just because it was after Darius Slay went out, and we started to play a little bit conservative, but I gotta touch on it. I gotta address it. It was starting to make me shake in my boots. You know what I mean? It was starting to make me shake in my boots. So, when they started to score more points, I was getting a little antsy. But yeah, man. The running game, we continue to crush it on the ground. This is clearly our recipe for success. Clearly, it's our recipe for success. And the answer is just keep doing what you're doing. And now we got the Giants next week, who have been playing okay, defensively. So we just gotta put our big boy pants on and take it to the Giants. But here's the thing that I love, right? This is it. We absolutely have demolished the last 2 teams that we've played. The Saints, who were in playoff contention, and the Denver Broncos, who absolutely demolished the Dallas Cowboys the week before. So is this a turning point? Yeah, I think it's a turning point. I absolutely do think it's a turning point. How far are we going to go with it this season is still up in the air, but they're starting to play well. They're starting to play consistent. They're starting to play like a bunch of hungry dogs. And you know, it's just forward movement from here on out. You know, the only way is up. The only way is up. And Jalen Hurts, you know, he's still obviously getting better as a passer, but he's definitely doing a. You know what he is doing a great job of, you know, is reading the field. He's getting better at reading the field, when to take off, when not to take off, to stay in the pocket, when to leave the pocket, you know, all of the above. And he did that again. He did that again today. He did it last week. He did it again today. King Miro says, and you gave up on Hurts. Now look at you, element. Laugh my ass off. Whoa. I didn't give up on Hurts. I never gave up on Hurts. I was starting to get pissed off and a little bit fed up, just like we all were. We were all getting fed up with Hurts, you know. But then again, like the reason for that is because he wasn't showing any signs of improvement until just a few weeks ago. You know what I mean? So but I said this all along. I did say this all along, is I want it to be Jalen. I want Jalen to do better. I want Jalen to get better. I want Jalen to be the guy, because I absolutely think he's perfect for Philadelphia from a personality and a leadership standpoint. King says, I said give Hurts time, and look at him now. Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You did say that. You did say that. And yeah, I think I'll say this, you know, I was getting a little fed up. I was starting to doubt, but look, let's pump the brakes a little bit. He still has to continue to get better. And I'm not saying he's not going to, but he still has to continue to get better. You know, there's still a lot of things that he needs to improve upon, and the passing game is one of those things. But he is doing a phenomenal job. So I'm not going to take that away from. I'm not going to take anything away from Jalen Hurts right now. Nothing. But you know, so I'm sure whoever has him in fantasy is pretty darn happy. I'm pretty sure he got 30 fantasy points today. I still wish that Devontae Smith got a touchdown today, but that's okay. Devontae Smith had 4 catches for 64 yards. You know what I mean? Or something like around there. So you know, Devontae Smith, you know, I'm not worried about Devontae Smith. I am worried about Jalen Reagor. King says, right. He says it all the time, even after this game. Get better. Yeah. That's what I love about Jalen. He always seems so cool and composed, and you know, he hasn't really let the failures of this season so far sway him or take him off track or anything like that. He's just been very, very cool about it, and he's been all about, you know, yeah, we got to get better 1% every single day. And you know, that comes from the top. That comes from Nick Sirianni. It also comes with Jalen. You know, Jalen's always kind of been that player, but I mean, every player on this team is talking about 1% better every day, and that comes from Nick Sirianni. So, you know, and you know, Nick Sirianni's impressing, man. He's getting better, you know, week in and week out, just like Jalen Hurts is. And I'm really excited for this team moving forward. Now that we have Miles Sanders back. You know, and now it's going to be Miles Sanders and Jordan Howard. So you just can't put the ball on the ground. Miles Sanders needs to cut that out, because you know who won't put the ball on the ground? Boston Scott. Boston Scott won't put the ball on the ground. But, you know, I am happy for Miles today. He had a big day. He had a big game back. 16 carries for 94 yards, almost 6 yards a carry. Jordan Howard, dude, I mean, I can't say enough. I can't say enough. I cannot say enough. But yo, they gotta find another pass catching option for Jalen Hurts. Obviously there's Devontae Smith and there's Dallas Goedert, and but Jalen Reagor is just not cutting it. He's just not cutting it. And I really want to. And Philly 500 actually said this earlier today, and I'm gonna echo what he said. Like I desperately want to give Jalen Reagor at least 3 years. At least 3 years, but he's just not doing anything right. Even the punt returns, shit like that. Like even the punt returns, he's not doing that right. And they use him more of a motion player now, which is fine because at any point in time they could give the ball to him, on the run, on the wide receiver end around, but he's got to get open. He's got to catch some passes, and somebody's got to step up in that regard. And I'm waiting for Quez Watkins to get his fair share. King says Giants really hate us for taking Devontae, so this game is gonna be good. Oh, I hope Devontae Smith goes off. You know what I mean? Like I really, really do. I really, really do. I'm not sure that the Giants were gonna. They probably were, because they took what's his face, the dude out of Florida. They did take the dude out of Florida, didn't they? Yeah, no, I hope Devontae Smith goes off. I really do. I hope Jalen Hurts just tears that defense apart. I cannot believe that we rushed for over 200 yards against the number 1 ranked rush defense. And you know what that means? That means that you can pretty much do it against anybody. I saw a stat earlier today where the Philadelphia Eagles have rushed for more than 100. I think the stat was no team since 1950 has rushed for more than 175 yards on the ground during a 3-game stretch. Since 1950. So, and the Eagles just did that. I think it's actually been a 4-game stretch now, right? Yeah, 4-game stretch. Fucking Detroit, the Chargers, and then the Broncos, and now today. Yo, this running game is on fire. I mean, the running game is on fire. Did anybody see Jeffrey Lurie? There was the cameras cut to Jeffrey Lurie for a hot second earlier today, and he just seemed pissed off. Anybody else see that? It's like, why are you pissed off, bro? Why are you pissed off? I think at that point, like, we were up 33-7 or something. It's like, are you upset that we're running the ball? Like, it's like, we're winning, bro. We're winning, and you're upset. Kadarius Toney, that's right. King Miro says K. Toney is who the Giants took. Yeah, Kadarius Toney. And that's not a bad pick, honestly. I mean, it wasn't a bad pick at the time. Now it doesn't seem quite so hot, but it wasn't a bad pick at the time. I know Kadarius Toney was definitely one of those guys that I was interested in pre-draft. So, but yeah, there's a few guys that went out today, obviously, that I'm a little concerned with. I think Davion Taylor did make his way back. If I'm not mistaken, I think Davion Taylor made his way back, but he's been another guy on the defense that's been playing really well, along with TJ Edwards, and obviously Darius Slay going out with a concussion. Hopefully he'll be back after a few days. I hope it's nothing too serious as far as concussion protocol is concerned. And Jordan Howard, obviously. How about JJ Arcega-Whiteside, huh? Getting the 25-yard catch and run. He pretty much saved that final drive that final offensive drive by the Philadelphia Eagles. So, Now I'm not going to make a big deal about it, but you know, it was good. He came up big in a big spot. He came up big in a big spot. So here's what I think. Here's what I think about JJ Arcega-Whiteside. And I do want to talk about this for a second. Is I don't see them getting rid of. I don't see them getting rid of him. You know, as much as we hate the fact that the Philadelphia Eagles took JJ Arcega-Whiteside over DK Metcalf. But and the reason why is because he's great on special teams, and he's great at run blocking, and so it's those things. He's become a decently versatile player. He's become a decently versatile player, and the thing is will Nick Sirianni be able to get more out of JJ Arcega-Whiteside than Doug Peterson was able to get out of JJ Arcega-Whiteside? So that's going to be the challenge. That's going to be the obstacle that he's going to need to overcome. That's going to be the thing that we're going to have to see, because I see JJ Arcega-Whiteside continuing to be on this team. So another great day for Avonte Maddox. Obviously, Avonte Maddox coming off of getting his contract extension, so he's going to be here for another 3 years. So that's awesome. He went out obviously for a little bit today, but came back, so that's a good thing. But another great day by Avonte Maddox. So the secondary is getting better, guys. The defense is getting better. I'm not ready to commit to saying that they are better, but I am going to say that they are getting better. And the reason why is because I still want to see consistency from the defense, but it basically looked like they were going to do to the Saints what they did to the Broncos, and they pretty much did. They pretty much did, with the exception, obviously, of a few late scores. King says, yeah. No, I thought about that after I said that he's one of your favorite dudes. King Miro says, don't talk about that. We're going to trade for him 2022, DK to the Eagles. Yeah, that's not happening. That's not happening. I wish it would, but I don't think it's going to happen. I do think the Philadelphia Eagles need another pass catcher. I definitely believe that. They need another wide receiver. First round? No. I don't think we need another first round wide receiver, but we definitely need somebody who is going to get open, who's going to catch the ball. Here's the thing too, is, we're talking about so much about how Jalen Reagor is struggling. And it's like, you have Greg Ward. You have Greg Ward waiting in the wings. Why don't they use Greg Ward more? He's a decent slot wide receiver. Him and Jalen Reagor, or him and Jalen Hurts, connected on that 40-yard touchdown pass last year against the Saints. You know what I mean? So it's like, they have chemistry. It's like, why not use Greg Ward more? And I think, and here's what I think. I think the reason for that is because the defense has to account for Jalen Reagor on those end arounds. So I think that's why. But I don't you could still find a package for Greg Ward. You know what I mean? And I get it. Like, you can't make packages for everybody, but you could find something. So Dallas Goedert had a really sexy one-handed grab today. So that was pretty fucking cool. King Miro says Seahawks are doing really bad. Yeah, they are. They are. And it's I know it's their defense, and then I'm pretty sure, Russell is only in his second. Today was his second game back from injury, but even then, they're not looking too hot. They're not looking too hot. A couple other things, obviously, that we need to talk about is, The Washington football team beat Carolina today. And the 49ers absolutely destroyed the Jacksonville Jaguars. Damn. 30-10. 30-10. Minnesota beat Green Bay today, 34-31. Houston beat Tennessee. Wow, 22-13. And Arizona obviously won 23-13 today without Kyler. Zach Ertz had a good game. So I hear. Another good game. Yeah. But the Eagles with today's win, they're right up there in the playoff hunt. They're right up there in the playoff hunt now, which is crazy. But they're right up there in the playoff hunt. Yeah, Zach Ertz had eight receptions for 88 yards and 2 touchdowns today on 9 targets. That's insane. Good for Zach. Good for Zach. King says, and the Cowboys lost today. Yeah, they did. I was at the gym actually when that game was on, and I was just watching. I took a brief glimpse at the TV right when Patrick Mahomes threw that interception. So I was like, oh shit. But no, yeah, they won today, 19-9. I think it was, right? 19-9, or was it 16-9? 19-9. What a weird score. What a weird score. Don't you think? But, we should talk about that. Cowboys lost today. They absolutely dominated last week, but then the week before that, they were absolutely demolished by the Denver Broncos. I mean, the Cowboys got beat today by Kansas City Chiefs defense pretty much, which all season long has not been something to get excited about. So the fact that the Cowboys lost, were only able to put up 9 points. That just reeks of inconsistency to me. It just reeks of inconsistency. Like they were dominated by the Broncos. They routed the Atlanta Falcons, and then they only put up 9 points against the Chiefs today. Just, I'm not as scared of the Cowboys as I was. You know what I mean? And there's a few things that go into that, right? It's like, the Philadelphia Eagles are playing better. There's that, but the Dallas Cowboys are starting to reek of inconsistency, just like they normally do. Whatever can go wrong will go wrong, as Stephen A. Smith loves to say about the Dallas Cowboys. Whatever can go wrong will go wrong. And then the Colts absolutely demolished the Bills today. Jonathan Taylor had 5 touchdowns, I believe. I mean, talk about a fucking butt whooping. The Colts beat the Bills 41-15. 41-15. That's insane. And Carson Wentz was 11 for 20 for 106 yards and a touchdown. So, definitely wasn't Carson. It was all Jonathan Taylor. He was like a one-man show. Oh, 4 touchdowns, 4 rushing touchdowns on the day, and then one through the air. King Miro says week 17. It's actually week 18. Week 18 this year. Week 18, the Cowboys are going down. I agree with you. Let's just predict it right now. The Eagles win against the Dallas Cowboys in Week 18, 33-20. 33-20 against the Dallas Cowboys in Week 18. Put your marbles on the table, man. Put your marbles on the table. Or pogs. Or, cookie biscuits. Put your Oreos in the middle of the table, bro. Do it. Do it. Yeah, no, I feel really good about this Philadelphia Eagles team. Here's the thing: is I said this a few weeks ago. The week leading up to the Chargers is the Eagles had 9 games left. And I predicted 3 losses for the Philadelphia Eagles during that 9-game stretch. Obviously, it was the Chargers was one, the Saints was another, and then the Dallas Cowboys was the third. And they could win out 6, and then they could win the rest of those other 6 games and be 9-8. But the Eagles only have lost to the Chargers. They beat the Saints. So it's already looking up. And now this week, obviously, we have the Giants, and then we have the Jets, right? And then we have a bye week. Imagine that, man. See, that's the thing too. Is like I was scared that the bye week was going to come late in the season this year for us, but it's coming at the right time now. It's coming at the right time. We're starting to catch fire, and then we get some much needed rest. So all they have to do right now is they just got to beat the Giants, and they got to beat the Jets, and then they get to rest. And then they get to rest. King says we were puppies when we faced them. Oh yeah. Yeah, we were puppies. Yeah, we were. But now, what do puppies do, bro? What do they do? They grow up. And they become dogs. And that's exactly what our team is becoming. I'd like to see more production out of Fletcher Cox, but Fletcher Cox actually had a few hurries last week, and then obviously he had the strip. He had the strip on Mark Ingram today. So Fletcher Cox is starting to produce in this defense, and that's good. That's really good. So, and you know what? To talk about the defense a little bit, and I thought this was interesting that they talked about, in the post game, which is they were talking about how Jonathan Gannon is starting to become more comfortable with his superstar players like Darius Slay going to Jonathan Gannon and saying, hey man, I think like this would work here, and I think I could do this here as long as it doesn't affect the defense and shit like that. And so I think Jonathan Gannon is starting to listen to his the superstars on his defense. And obviously there's not many, but there's some. Darius Slay is one. Fletcher Cox is supposed to be another. And he's letting those guys do what they need to do. And so that's what I think that we're starting to see a little bit. And Fletcher Cox is starting to get a little bit more productive, but he does need to continue that. That's the thing. Is like there's so much optimism coming from this team right now, so much optimism spewing from this team, but consistency continues to be the number one thing. They just got to keep doing it. You know what I mean? Keep kicking ass. That's it. Don't have any setbacks in your progression. And they'll be fine. They will be fine. If they don't have any setbacks in their development and their progression, they will be fine, because Davion Taylor is getting better, TJ Edwards is getting better, Fletcher Cox is getting better in this scheme, Jalen Hurts is obviously getting better, a lot. There's a lot. Devontae Smith is getting better, Quez Watkins is getting better. We still need to find more ways to get Quez Watkins the ball, but King says, I still have questions about Gannon. Oh yeah, no, hands down. I'm not saying that I don't. Yeah, Gannon needs to continue to get better. And the hope is that, he takes that turning point like Nick Sirianni, took the turning point. And really started to get better. So, and I feel like he made some improvement today. I feel like he made some improvement today. I feel like he made some improvement last week. I feel like he made some improvement even against the Chargers. We held Justin Herbert to 24 points. That's pretty damn good. So, it's just the last two quarters of today's game was a bit scary, and I don't really want to go through that again. So, it seemed like they were gonna. They were on the path to falling apart. Just the defense, and they gotta not do that. They gotta not do that against teams that they shouldn't do it against. You know what I mean? But give Sean Payton credit, because Sean Payton is a great coach, and we know that. So, but you can't do that against teams like Dallas. Yeah, trying to think of any other team that I'm worried about this year, and I'm really not. I'm not worried about any other team this year except for Dallas. So, yeah, Chase Young is out for the Washington football team. Chase Young is out for the year, so they're gonna have some people missing on their defense, and they haven't been playing good defense all season long, regardless of the expectations. But yeah. King says, how do you feel about the Giants game? What do you think is going to happen? Well, I mean, man, bro, it's only like 6 hours removed from the Eagles beating the Saints, but and so I'll be able to be more detailed about this as the week goes on, but I will start talking about it. I feel good. I feel good about against the Giants game. The only thing I'm worried about is Saquon Barkley, obviously on the ground, and the defense. How are we gonna play against the Giants defense, because they have been playing better defensively lately. So, but after today, man, I'm stoked, because that was the number 1 ranked rush defense, and we put 200 yards up on them. So, so I feel good. I feel really good. But my worries kind of lie within this, and that is what happened in the last 2 quarters for the offense. And I honestly believe that it was Nick Sirianni taking his foot off the gas. But we can't let those last 2 quarters become a blueprint for the rest of the season. And then the defense, the defense started to give shit up against to the Saints. So those caused some worries. I think that we'll be fine against the Giants. And I'm going to say 24-20 or 24-7. Honestly, I'm going to come out and say 24-7. Talks of Falcons, what's up, my man? How you doing today, brother? Happy Sunday. Philadelphia Eagles absolutely demolished the Saints today. They put up 200 rushing yards on the number 1 ranked rush defense, and that's what I'm talking about. Darius Slay had a return touchdown, or had an interception return for a touchdown, had pick 6, in case you didn't catch the game. Jalen Hurts had a hat trick. 3 on the ground, baby. 3 on the ground. He's 1 touchdown. Jalen Hurts was 1 rushing touchdown away from getting as many rushing touchdowns as Jonathan Taylor had today. It's funny. King says, yo, what up, Mr. 45? Talks to Falcon says, yo, I got... What? I got as moonwalking we Dallas lost. I don't know what the fuck that means. Talk Falcon says, fuck Dallas. Yeah, fuck Dallas. Fuck Dallas. I feel like I've said that so many times this week. It's ridiculous. I said it a lot on Thursday's stream. Talks of Falcons. King Miro says, you mean double moonwalk. Yeah. Yeah, Kansas City Chiefs double moonwalk that ass. Like Philly 500 says. Double moonwalk that ass. How do you only put up 9 points against the Kansas City Chiefs defense? How does that happen? They've sucked all season long. Dallas is so inconsistent. Like I like this is what I'm talking about. Like they're gonna lose some games they shouldn't lose. They're gonna lose some games they shouldn't lose. So, and maybe, here's the thing. Philadelphia Eagles won their first home game. I'm gonna say that again. Philadelphia Eagles won their first home game of this 2021 season today. What if this, we've been road warriors. We've been road warriors pretty much this entire season. So what if our first home victory really kicks off some success at home and we destroy, we are going to destroy Dallas in week 18. I already said that. I said that earlier today. I said that earlier in this stream. It's going to be 33-20. Talks Falcons says Dallas is a joke. Yeah, they are. Like Stephen A. Smith says, what can go wrong will go wrong for the Dallas Cowboys. King says, even we put up more points than them. Yeah, well, of course we did. Talks of Falcon says, I put money Washington football team will beat them. You put money on that game? Did they play Washington football team next? Is that how that goes? Is that who they're playing next week? Or on Thanksgiving, that's right. Dallas has that Thanksgiving game. Dallas got that Thanksgiving game. What a beautiful Thanksgiving it would be if Dallas lost on Thanksgiving. The Eagles won today, and Dallas loses today, and then they lose on Thanksgiving as well. Tox Falcon says, nah, I'm just saying. Oh, okay, gotcha. King says, no, they play the Raiders. Oh, they could lose that game. They could lose to the Raiders. Toxic Falcon says, Raiders playing on Thanksgiving. Weird. It is kind of weird. I think it's because they're in Las Vegas now, honestly. So, yeah. I think that's why. Detroit still gets that game, right? Detroit still gets a game on Thanksgiving. I haven't really checked the Thanksgiving games this season. I'm an Eagles fan. I take one game at a time. Give me a break. Let's see. No, we want to go to week 12. Week 12. Da-ba-da-ba-da. Oh, there's 3 games on Thanksgiving this year. Damn. Chicago Bears playing the Detroit Lions at Detroit. Las Vegas Raiders playing the Cowboys, and the Bills are playing the Saints. That's going to be a good matchup, guys. It's going to be a good matchup. You know, Patrick J and I were talking earlier, and while the Colts game was going on, while the Eagles game was going on, and we were talking about how, you know, the Colts were absolutely destroying the Buffalo Bills, and And Jonathan Taylor was like a one-man show in that game, honestly. So, I personally believe he is a top 3 back. He is in the top 3 in the league right now as far as running backs are concerned. And I honestly think he's going to carry. I think he's going to take the rushing title. So this year, but Patrick J, what he was getting at is that he believes the Bills are pretenders. The Bills are a joke. And the Chiefs. Bills and the Chiefs. Those are pretty strong words. Pretty strong words coming from Patty J, huh? See, I still believe that the Chiefs can get it together. I still believe that they can get it together. But, we'll see. Tox Falcon says, I will say the Bucks lose to the Giants tomorrow, 17-14. Maybe. But no, I can't go with that. I just can't. The Bucks are still good. The Bucks have been kind of mediocre lately, but they're still good, and they'll forever always be good until Tom Brady retires. They'll still always have a shot. They'll always have a shot in every game until TB12 retires. But I don't think the Giants will win tomorrow. I don't think the Giants will win tomorrow. Toxic Falcon says, come on, they lost to Washington. Well, there's always a trap game. There's a trap game every single year. And yeah, they did lose to Washington, but if anybody was pissed off, there's nobody that was more pissed off about that loss than Tom Brady. Nobody more pissed off about that loss than Tom Brady. So Tom Brady's going to get revenge. So we have to remember, who Tom Brady is when he is coming off of a bad performance. Tom Brady gets revenge. Almost all the time. So, plus, even though you're not an Eagles fan, Toxic Falcons, we don't want the Giants to win tomorrow. We don't want the Giants to win. We want the Giants to lose. Need the Giants to lose. You know what I'm saying? I got a new light, by the way, guys. How does it look? How do you guys feel about the lighting? Toxic Falcon says Justin Fields got injured today. Yeah, no, I heard. Toxic Falcon says I hate the Bucks. I know you do. I very much do know this. But I just don't think that the Bucks will lose tomorrow against the Giants. I mean, I just don't see that happening. I think that honestly, it's Monday night. It's Tom Brady. Coming off of a bad performance. He's gonna get revenge and then some tomorrow. Dox Falcon says, "Well, Tom mostly. Well, you can hate the Bucks too because they're in your division, right? Yeah." But Toxic Falcon says you got static in your mic. I honestly don't think that's my mic. I think it's my audio. You guys hear me? Does this sound better? It's the audio. Does it sound better? Now. How does it sound now? I believe that it's my speaker on my laptop, which will have to get fixed. It sounds good? Okay, good. Which I'll have to get fixed because it started doing that a couple weeks ago. So. But yeah, no, I think Tom Brady's going to get revenge tomorrow. I honestly think that the Bucs are going to have a good game tomorrow. So, you know, but then there's a part of me that kind of wants the Giants to win because then they'll think they're all tough shit, you know, going against the Eagles next week. So, Docs the Falcon says, any thoughts on college football? You know, I was going to watch some college football this week, but I just didn't get around to it. So I'm not sure. Oh, but I do know, you know, I obviously do know that Lincoln Riley benched Caleb Williams. I know that. Yeah, I know Caleb Williams got benched. That's about it. I haven't really paid attention to college football this week. Talks Falcons says, damn, Mullins got fired. Really? Damn. There's quite a few firings this season for college football. It's quite a few firings. But yeah, I mean, I'll have to. I'll catch up. I'll catch up on what happened in college football this weekend. You know, and I'll catch up over the next couple of days, and then we can continue to talk. We can go into detail about it later in the week. But yeah, I just didn't get around to it this weekend. Talks Falcon says, yeah, I know. They said he wanted to coach in the NFL. Okay. I mean, more power to him. More power to him. But cannot believe the Eagles fucking, man, 200 rushing yards on the ground. 200 rushing yards on the ground against the number one ranked rush defense. That just spews domination, man. It just spews domination. Ugh. Tox Falcon says he wouldn't last day in the NFL yet. Tox Falcon says Eagles definitely won. Oh yeah, no, I mean, yeah, they just crushed it today. They just crushed it today. They started to get it was starting to get a little worrisome in the last two quarters, but you know, I wasn't worried to the point that they were going to lose. You know, I felt like they were going to do. You know, I felt like they were going to win, but man. Talks Falcon says Eagles can definitely make the playoffs. Yeah, if they keep doing what they're doing, man, if they can put 200 rushing yards up against the number one rushing defense, then they can do it against anybody. They could do it against anybody. And that's insane. I mean, I was looking at the third quarter, and in the third quarter, the Eagles had 30 minutes of time of possession to the Saints only having 12 at one point during the third quarter. That's insane. It's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. That's just how you push a team to the ground and bury them. Talk Fox says, when do you play Dallas again? Week 18. Final week of the season. Week 18. So And who knows? Could you imagine if Dallas goes on a losing streak? Oh man, if Dallas goes on a losing streak and the Eagles end up winning this division. I'm not saying that's going to happen. I don't think that that's going to happen, but it would be hilarious. It would be hilarious if Dallas lost the division after starting 7-2. Toxic Falcon says, you honestly need to worry about Washington. I do worry about Washington. I not to the point where like I'm shaking in my boots, but like, yeah, their defense is good. Their defense is good. And I have respect for Taylor Heineke. So, yeah, I think, Washington always plays us hard. Washington always plays us hard, and we usually split. We usually split with Washington. But, that was under Carson Wentz. This is Jalen Hurts. You know what I mean? This is Jalen Hurts. And Jalen would have won that game. Jalen would have won that game last year in week 17 before Doug pulled him. Before Doug pulled Jalen Hurts. He would have beat Washington. But, we'll see. We'll see. This is a different team. Toxic Falcon says, man, Bills got their ass whooped. Yeah, Jonathan Taylor was a one-man show, bro. Jonathan Taylor was a one-man show. Carson was only like 11 for 20 for 106 yards and a touchdown. So, but anyway, guys, I got chicken cooking in the oven. I got to wrap that up. I got to eat some dinner. It was great talking to you guys this evening. And Toxic Falcons, thanks for joining in again, man. And one love. And hopefully the Falcons have better luck. Hopefully the Falcons have better luck next week. Yeah, DB talking now, DB talking birds, DB talking Philadelphia Eagles. One love. Go Birds, baby.